Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I'm going to show you how to solve linear inequalities graphically using the TI-NSPIRE. I already did a video where I showed you how to graph using kind of the function feature where they intersect and then look at the graph and figure out which way the inequalities should go. But I think I probably should have shown this way first, because it is easier to kind of see kind of where the inequality starts and which direction it goes. So let me jump into this. So this is from the, let me make this a little bigger. This is from the Delta Math linear inequality handout that I gave you. I'm going to do 5 questions from here. Now, here's my recommendation. You should watch this video if you can with the TI-NSPIRE so that you can follow along with me and you can do this as well. The second thing that I would recommend is once I get to a question, you should try to do it before I do it. And then, so you should pause the video, do it on your own, and then watch me do it and compare, make sure our answers, your answer matches my answer. But it's just a good opportunity for you to practice. Right, so I'm going to jump into this. I'm going to do 5 questions. If you understand it after 2 or 3, you can stop the video and just go to it, but I'm going to do 5. All right, the first one is, it says, solve the following inequality for G. And it says, write your answer in the simplest form. So it gives us this 8G plus 8 is less than 4G minus 9. So I'm going to grab the calculator and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, this is in the function mode. So you have this f1 of x, and this is what we were using before. But I want to put this in the relation mode. So the way that I do that is if you delete the equal sign down at the bottom, option number 6, it's called relation. So once you do that, you're going to see this REL1. Now, all you have to do is key in the inequality, the entire inequality. So watch how I do it. And again, you can only graph x's and y's, but in this case, we're going to use x. So I'm just going to key this in. It's going to be 8x plus 8 is less than 4x minus 9. Then I press enter. Now, you're going to see this. And what you should see is this is a dotted line or dash line. It's not a solid line. And the reason that it's a dash line is because this doesn't have an equal sign. The inequality doesn't have an equal sign. So this is almost like an open circle, but it's not a circle, it's a line, but it's a dash line. Now, to find the answer or where the inequality starts, all you have to do is click on, actually, you will do something called menu 51. And menu 51 is going to take you to the boundary where it starts. So you can see that the x coordinate is a negative 4.5. Now, once you got that, you're almost done. The shaded part represents the solutions. So any number to the left or any number that's less than a negative 4.25 is in the solution set. So if I were going to write that, let me take it back to my iPad. I would write G, and I write G because G is the letter that they give me, is less than a negative 4.25. Now let me go back and show you that again. Because the boundary starts at a negative 4.25 and it's going to the left, the shading is going to the left, that's what you have. Now, the reason that we have no equal sign is if you hover over this, you can see that this is a dash line, not a solid line. All right, so that's the answer. You don't have to do any checking. You don't have to test any numbers. You just have to look at the graph and interpret it. All right, let's do another one. So which one are we going to do now? So I'm going to go to number 5. Number 5 is a negative 4f plus 7 is less than a negative 6f minus 7. So if I go here, let me go back to I'm going to do menu 14, delete the old one, and then I'm going to do menu 45. Menu 45 takes me back to the regular window. Now I am going to press tab, and the calculator is in relation mode. That's what I want to use, so I don't have to change anything now. So this would be a negative 4x. Remember, you can only graph x, so this is going to be plus 7. And then we have to put less than a negative 6x minus 7. And then you press enter. And again, I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, if you hover over this, you can see that those are dashed lines. And that's because this doesn't have an equal sign. Now, we need to find where the boundary starts. So all you have to do is do menu 5(1), and it's going to tell you it starts at a negative 7. So we're going to start at a negative 7, and you can see that it's going to the left. Anything to the left of a negative 7 is going to be in the solution. So if I go back to my iPad, I would write f has to be less than a negative 7. That's it. That's the answer. We're done. Okay, let's go to next page. Let's see. All right, now I'm going to do number 10. So let me get let me get rid of the calculator part. So we can do menu 14, delete, and then menu 4(5). All right, so now if I go here, let me bring this over, click on it. All right, so what number 10 says, 2x minus 14 is greater than 0. So what they want us to do is they want us to come up with the solution, and then they want us to graph it. Okay, so let's do that. So let's go get the calculator. Press tab. We're just going to key in the entire inequality. 2x minus 14 is greater than 0. Press enter. And in this case, our answer is over here to the right. Again, this is not a solid line. This is not a solid vertical line. Excuse me, solid vertical line. We just need to know where the inequality starts. So we do menu 51. Boom, it starts at a positive 7. And anything to the right, because everything over here in the shaded part is a solution. So 8, 9, 10, anything going to the right is a solution to this inequality. So let's go back to the iPad and graph it. So this is going to be x is greater than 7. And then we would go down to the number line. We would put an open circle here. Now the open circle is the same thing. It represents the same thing as that dashed line. So, and then we're going to go to the right. So that's the answer. We're done. That's all you're doing. Now, let's see. Did I have another one on this page? No. So now we're going to do number 17. I should have gotten one that has a equal sign in it so you can see the difference. But all right, let's do this one. Number 17. All right, let me delete all of this from the calculator. 1, 4. And then let's go back to the iPad and look at the new question. It says, now this one, you guys have been struggling with this, but all it's saying is state all of the integers within the interval from 3 to x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write them. I'm going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the interval. I'm going to write this. This is the interval. So these are all the numbers or all the integers between 3 and 9. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to find out how many of these integers are solutions to this inequality. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go and I'm just going to type in the inequality, the entire inequality. 5x plus 3 is greater than a negative 20. And when I'm done, I get this. I have a line. If you hover over it, you see that this line is not a solid line. So that means that the inequality doesn't have an equal sign in it. Now I need to find the boundary, and all the solutions to the left of that boundary are going to be in the solution. So let's find it. menu 5-1, and it takes us to 4.6. So the answer for this, let's go to the calculator or to my iPad. So this is going to be when x is less than 4.6, anything to the left of 4.6 is going to be in the solution. So now I'm going to change the color here. Is 9 less than 4.6? No. Is 8 less than 4.6? Absolutely not. Is 7 less than 4.6? Nope. Is 6 less than 4.6? Nope. Is 5 less than 4.6? Nope, it's close, but it's not. It's greater than 4.6. And then is 4 less than 4.6? Absolutely. Is 3 less than 4.6? Absolutely. So the two answers for this would be x equals 3 and x equals 4. Those are the only two integers within this interval that satisfy this inequality. That's all you're doing. Whenever you see the word interval, it just means you've got a left boundary and the right boundary, and they want you to only focus on the numbers within those boundaries. All right, let's do, there's one more I want to do, and then I'm going to post this. And I'm hopeful that this will be helpful to you. So let me grab this and bring this up so you can see it. That's number 19. All right, first thing I'm going to do, let's get rid of this menu 14. Yes. And then let's go back and look at the actual question. It says determine the largest integer value. That's what you're trying to find, the largest integer value. That's in the solution set for this inequality. Okay, so we want to find the largest integer that's in that solution set. So let's go, and we're going to graph this entire inequality, and then we're going to find the boundary, and then we're going to find the largest integer in that boundary. Okay, so let's go. We're going to do tab, and then we're going to put in a negative 2x plus 5 is greater than 5. And then I press enter, and there is my boundary. You can see that all of the solutions are to the left of this boundary. I just need to find this boundary number. So I'm just going to do menu 5, 1, and then it takes me to it. So it tells me that the x value is 0. So the inequality starts at 0. So if I went to my iPad, I would write this. I would say x has to be less than 0. X has to be less than 0. That's what this is saying. It's saying anything to the left of 0 is in the solution set. Now, the question that this asks is, what is the largest integer value of x? Now, 0 doesn't work. And the reason that 0 doesn't work is because it's not included in the intersection, or it's not included in the solution set. It's at the boundary of the solution set, but it's not included because it doesn't have an equal sign. If this was x is less than or equal to 0, then 0 would be the greatest. But now what we do is we just go to the left 1, and whatever this is a negative 1, that's going to be our solution. So that's what I would say. X equals a negative 1 is the largest integer value in the solution set. That's it. That's it. That's it, guys. So now, the only thing that you have to do that's different is you always, let me recap. You always have to put this in relation mode, right? That's what you're doing. And the way you do that is you can do it a couple ways. I'm going to put this into function mode. Now, this is generally, let me do menu 14 so I can get rid of this real quick. So generally what you're doing is when you press the tab key, you're going to be in function mode. But we want to be in relation mode when we're graphing inequalities. Let me say that one more time. You want to be in relation mode when you're graphing inequalities. So the way you can do it, there's two ways. You can just delete the equal sign and then just go down to here, option number 6, or you can do menu 3 and then there's the function mode. The second mode is relation. So that's what you would use. So, and then now you're in relation mode, and then you just key in the whole inequality and press enter, and then it's gonna show you basically what you need. And then menu 51 will show you where the boundary starts, and then you just have to look at the shading. If it's to the left, it's less than. If it's to the right, it's greater than. All right, I'm gonna stop and post this.